Hey everybody, Linda from Linda's Closet. Welcome back. Doing a little fashion vlogging here. I started off as a fashion blogger and I hadn't done anything for a while, and I used to bring you beautiful outfits and I had photographs and this and that, and I'll get back to that, but I'm having a hard time, re-entering the world. So I wanted to bring you a video each week talking about fashion, right? As we re-enter the world. Thank goodness, I've decided I've got to get off my couch, stay out of my bed, not go in my bedroom till like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Okay, so fashion. Okay, so as I've said before, my friend Shauna Stein used to say, fashion is a reflection of everything that's going on in the world: economics, politics, influencers, history, social justice, anything that's going on in the world. And so it's so interesting at the juxtaposition where we have shows like Pam and Tommy, which is fantastic. We've got American Crime Story: Impeachment. We've got all this reliving of the 90s, right? So I go into the Gap, and what do I see? I think I'm still 28. I see a pair of blue denim overalls. Okay, let's talk about the history of the overall. So the overalls, right? This is the poor working man field hand uniform, right? Comes out of the Levi Strauss company, centuries old, classic Americana, okay? And when I was 13, this would be actually 10, right? 10, 11, early 70, 71. The overalls, the denim overalls became in fashion. And I think that was reflecting the rise of power within the middle class, right? The rise of unions, the rise of the working class. You've had the civil rights, you've had the 60s, you've had the protesting, you've had this rise of power in regular people, right? So the hippies, right? So the overall became the fashion thing to have. And I wanted a pair of overalls so badly. And my grandmother, who, had her children in the Depression and actually picked fruit in the fields, was like, no. And my parents, they tried to talk me out. No, this is what I want. I want a pair of blue denim overalls. So we had one strip mall where I was growing up, and you'd buy everything there. And of course there was a denim store. And she took me to the denim store and I tried on the overalls, and she said, okay, this is great. Maybe I'll buy 2 pairs. Well, they cost $13. When she saw the price tag, she nearly fainted. She said, no, we're getting 1 pair only. Okay. Now cut to the 90s, right? The overall, the Gap reintroduced the overall, and I had a pair, and there was white overalls and pink overalls and denim overalls. I had to have a pair, and we wore them with really cute little white long t-shirt, and the denim jacket was reintroduced in the 90s. Now, I refuse to wear a denim jacket. I've bought several. I've given them away. I keep rebuying them, and I can't do a denim jacket. I just can't do a denim jacket ever again. However, I was in the Gap, and lo and behold, there are these blue denim overalls. And I bought them because they were wide, and I figured, they're not going to touch my fat, and they're not going to tell me I'm fat. And I kind of want to, and after COVID, there's a nostalgia, right? There's a longing for an easier time. And I just want to go back to that. So I bought the overalls. So this is how I styled them. I wore the white long sleeve t-shirt. I had tried blouses, didn't like it. And I wore a long cardigan, a new long cardigan. I rolled them up above the ankle, and I wore a high top Prada tennis shoe, right? Had a beautiful Givenchy bag, a big kind of tote bag. And there I was, Field Hand Sally, on my way to Orange County to take my son to lunch for his birthday. All right, so that's my tip for this week. Go to the Gap and get yourself some overalls. I think the Gap is on the rise, and I love the Gap. The Gap was huge. The Gap was huge in the 90s. There was a young gal running it, and she later ended up getting hired by Chanel. She ran Chanel in the millennium, and she was hugely successful. The Gap had gone downhill. I think they're trying to make a comeback, so go support the Gap. Okay, subscribe below, hit the bell, and I'll see you next week.